Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another quick pick prediction video. In this video, I'll be predicting the lightweight bout between Maheshate versus Viacheslav Borshchev. And how I feel about this one right here is I'm going average confidence Borshchev to beat Maheshate. It's an interesting matchup for sure. The man with one name, Maheshate, is only 23 years old, got a good frame. He's like 6'1" versus like a 5'11" Borshchev, which isn't that bad. I feel like it was bigger. The guy was bigger. I feel like Maheshate like he's 6'3" sometimes. And Borshchev don't like he really 5'11", like he's like 5'9". So it might be bigger and when you actually see him in the cage, because people be lying about their heights. But yeah, 5'11" versus 6'1" ain't only a 2-inch height advantage on paper or what it looks like on paper, but reality could be different. But anywho, not the biggest height disadvantage, or as I was thinking it was. That ain't like a 2-inch reach advantage for or maybe even a 1-inch reach advantage for Maheshate. But 23, that's a good age, but also it could be a bad age. And the region in China is not always necessarily the best area to find the best people to train with and whatnot. And he has shown to look pretty one-dimensional in his fights. And he got away with one against Steve Garcia because Steve Garcia's striking defense is so awful. So he's able to snipe him and take him away because he out there swing with his chin up, doing like this. Like Steve Garcia is there to be hit in, there to be knocked out with. But you allowed him to settle in, he could be a problem. But in that first round, you could take him out. I think just about any a regional fighters could snipe that man. That man's chin be out there for anyone to hit. But like again, if you get out that first round, he a problem. He did not get out that first round. But anywho. Yeah, it's a tight matchup, I think, but I think Borshchev's in a better spot. He's 30, that's a good age, right on, right in his prime, right entering his prime. You guys got 23, you got a good frame on him. But look overall, even in his contender series fight, he was getting touched up, but he was able to, like survive that first round. And then, his opponent started to, with his big muscle started to slow down. He just continued to pick him apart because guy was tired. And then yeah, I think his first fight in UFC was against Garcia, and Garcia was trying to wrestle him up, but then Garcia just kept getting dropped because he was picking his hands up, his chin was in the air, and his hands were down. He was a stinny, he got caught, put away. Then the second fight, he got grappled up by Rafa Garcia. So both of the guys that lost in the UFC have come by getting grappled, so that makes it interesting. Like, both of the guys are primarily strikers. Both guys have had issues against grapplers or getting grappled. And that makes it interesting. But I like the fact that Borshchev seems to me the more polished striker, the more experienced striker, the more credentialed striker. This matchup should be a striking match. Also, on the other side, Borshchev, I have looked at his IG, so I can at least see that he's been training at Team Alpha Male. He's been trying to train with this wrestler, train with that guy. So he's been doing the work. Whereas Maheshate, I can't really see what he's been doing. But also 23, I don't think he can make big adjustments. But I feel like Borshchev is doing, at least from what I can see, he's the one putting more work or trying to get out of his comfort zone more. And also 30, I didn't think this is a better age. And I'm going to say, surprisingly, I'm going to say decision. A lot of people kind of leaning like finish, but I'm going to say decision for Viacheslav Borshchev. I'll say he's gonna just be a little bit more cleaner, show that little he don't got no grays on his whiskers, but show that little experience. Like 23 versus 30, I want some kickboxing, I want some striking tournaments and stuff. I've been out here really putting the work in like that. I'm experienced. I got 7 years on you, and I'm gonna show you those 7 years. You still haven't hit puberty yet. I'm going into my prime, starting my grown man stuff out there. I think he's gonna look to mix in his wrestling that time and show those wrinkles in his game. And I think it's gonna show the wrinkles overall in his game and in his striking, to show that experience that you can't just be forgetting about, like, oh, you're 7 years older than me. That don't mean nothing. But like, nah, I have 7 years of experience on you, 7 years of life experience and fighting experience. Show that in the striking and in his fight approach. And I'm think he's gonna show it in his mixing and wrestling as well at points when he needs to. Maybe I feel like the flashy young kid gonna have his little moments, but I think Borshchev gonna show those wrinkles that he's been working on in his wrestling to probably throw off some of his steam and stop him to play with mixing the takedown and give some different look at. And ultimately, I think he's gonna beat him by decision. I think he's gonna use the grays on his whiskers of his beard, or the gray on his beard, and to show that brain, use the brain in there, and be more well-rounded, mix it up more, and beat Maheshate by decision. So in this one, I have Viacheslav Borshchev via decision.